This is Informer News, your voice of the people. Timeline is Sunday, the 5th of July, 2015. Welcome along, my friends, to another edition of the Informer News monthly special report. Coming up in this month's broadcast, the alien hybrid speaks out with a personal message to the people of the United States. Plus, the voice of the people issues a NIBIRU Planetech statement. Also, Stargate of the Gods, and Obama says space aliens control the US, but was he joking or not? Okay, into this month's Informer News special report. This first report originates from bibliotechapplieds.net, titled Planetech's Classified Information. Insiders from NASA, DoD, National Military Intelligence, SETI and CIA speculate 2/3 of the population of the planet could perish during the coming pole shift caused by the passage of Planet X. Another 2/3 of those that survive initially could pass away to starvation and exposure to the elements within 6 months. Most every secretive government agency in the USA is fully aware of what is expected and are readying themselves. The Vatican is fully abreast of what is expected. The public is not being warned and given their chance to prepare. The volume of leaks from insiders, observatories and the Vatican is bursting the dam of this disclosure wide open. The most important story on Earth in over 3,000 years is fast breaking loose from being held back by the controllers of the financial markets and major media for fear of panic and financial collapse. These controllers put money in higher regard than people. The public can be given a chance to prepare by being informed. Our planet could very well be about to go through massive regular Earth changes once again as soon as 2015 as a result of the passage of our 10th planet through our immediate solar system. Many areas are now getting a minor preview of these events now because of the plasmatic electromagnetic connections between the planets. They are experiencing unusual weather, storms, volcanism and seismic activity. Planet X orbits between our Sun and its dark twin. A diagram from the 1987-1989 New Illustrated Science and Inventions Encyclopedia in volume 18 under Space Probes shows our dead twin sun and the 10th planet. The late Zecharia Sitchin, the world's renowned scholar, author of the 12 planets and archaeologist, stated absolutely and openly when Planet X returns, it would remove 90% of currently unsatisfactory human beings from the planet. Coming up, a statement from the voice of the people, but first a message to the people of the United States from an alien hybrid. Hello, End Times 23. We really have a question to all your viewers and the many others in YouTube. How can that be that every other nations in the world declare war or revolution against their dishonorable governments, but the 320 millions of American citizens are so afraid to fight just 1 million opponents? Please understand our standpoint. You cannot expect help to come if you don't help yourselves. Because even in your religious book called the Bible, say, Don't expect from me to do for you that's what you can do for yourselves. Please understand that at this moment in time, everything looks like the American population does enjoy the situation, and the future are taking all conditions as if they were just part of a movie of action, sensation and entertainment. Therefore, nobody will ever come forward to ask, can we help you please? Please, please, please. 319 million, of which over 200 million are armed, but everyone is in fear. The killings of millions of children in Iraq and the killings of 500,000 adults are now as open bill against your population as it can be. So please, where are the so-called home of the brave? At this time, there are 360,000 prisoners in psycho prisons, from which over 70% are US veterans undergoing torture 24 hours a day, including raping and chemical tests. We did send Amnesty International there after our scanners discovered the truth. They informed the MSM and part of your government authorities, but nobody did care about it. People in your country only care about ball games, hamburgers, and the so-called US dollar value, as well as gas prices. This, of course, do show very clear that the UN and the US governments are correct by calling the citizens of the USA chickens in the coop. We were at least 20,000 feet in the skies, waiting for at least 1,000 cars of concerned citizens coming to free the victims, but nobody at all shows up. Therefore, it is more than clear that the word American citizens do not exist at all, that everybody is just a citizen of their own illusional country, which the majority don't even remember. Thank you for your time. End of message. And now that statement from the voice of the people. For the past decade plus, the warnings about the return of Planet X NIBIRU have been prominent online, but the mainstream control media remains tight-lipped on this up-and-coming destructive event that will kill millions, if not billions of people. My question to our leaders is the following. How can you sit idly by and not inform your people of this coming apocalyptic event? 2. When will you come forward and inform your people that you have been withholding top-secret information regarding the return of Planet X NIBIRU? 3. Many of you were elected by your people, but is it not true that democracy is a farce? And there are powers far higher than elected officials that really run our planet. 4. My next question is to the military of the United States, the United Kingdom, Russia and China. Why are you supporting and keeping in power these corrupt leaders who have sold out everything you stand for to a powerful elite not answerable to anybody? Everything you were fighting for is none and void, and it's time for you to stand together with your peoples and rid the planet of these evil, corrupt leaders and their alien backers. And when I talk about alien backers, I mean the Greys and Reptilians who are now controlling the once great United States of America. You, the people of the United States and the world, are slowly walking into oblivion without even knowing the truth, that your leaders have been preparing their own survival while letting their people die in this coming extinction level event to occur very soon. How can these corrupt leaders sleep at night? One thing I'm sure of, these individuals will be judged in the life to come, as their atrocities and genocide to come will be far greater than those inflicted by the Adolf Hitler regime of the Second World War. The voice of the people now says it's time for the people to rise up and unite in a common cause survival. Get in touch with your elected officials and demand the truth. Bombard your leaders with demonstrations, public unrest, until these so-called leaders come clean. Time is short. It's time to act. Time to act now. You owe it to your families. Or will you just sit back and let your leaders get away with lying and deceiving their people while they have planned their own survival? Shame on them. End of statement. The voice of the people. This following report that originates from the Examiner.com and appeared in the LA Times and New York Magazine. On last night's Jimmy Kimmel Live, President Obama made a strange UFO admission. He said space aliens control the USA and they are responsible for government secrecy about UFOs. According to the LA Times and New York Magazine, Obama's admission was nothing more than a joke made in a late-night comedy show, highlighting his dry sense of humor. But was it? A recent disclosure about UFO secrecy by John Podesta, Obama's former White House counselor for climate change and energy policy, suggested that Obama was serious about a situation he had no control over. Titled, Obama Space Aliens Control USA. Was he joking? Kimmel, who introduced his guest as the first Kenya-born Muslim socialist president, wanted to know whether Obama had tried to get to the bottom of the UFO files about the mysterious desert region known as Area 51. The aliens won't let it happen, Obama joked. You'd reveal all their secrets. They exercise strict control over. But President Clinton once said he checked on the matter and found nothing. Kimmel protested. That's what we're instructed to say, Obama responded. This next report originates from redicecreation.com, titled Stargate of the Alien Gods. In recent years, many prominent and more open-minded physicists have proposed the idea of parallel universes, wormholes, and shown an increased interest in the existence of other dimensions. A spaceship could enter what is called a wormhole and find itself hundreds or even thousands of light years from its original position in space. The use of wormholes as windows in space would allow crafts to jump to another space quadrant very quickly. It has also been theorized that anti-gravity devices could open a wormhole to a parallel universe. Worlds unseen to naked eyes cannot yet be fully comprehended, but their existence should not be denied. Extraterrestrial life forms can most likely originate from other planets as well as parallel universes, astral and ethereal realms. A closer study of certain reports indicates that alien beings sometimes manifest to our senses as apparitions and teleport themselves to our world from another dimension. This brings us to the fascinating mystery of stargates, which are considered to be gateways of the gods. There are places on this planet which are shrouded in myth, magic and mystery. These are sites where you can feel the presence of the alien gods, our ancient masters. Today, I would like to take you on a journey to Peru and explore what many believe to be the gateway of the gods. According to the Native Americans' legend, there is a certain interdimensional doorway hidden deep within the Andes Mountains. Apparently, this is one of a number of strategic stargates around our planet. The doorway in Peru is located approximately 35 kilometers from the city of Puno. At first glance, the Gate of the Gods, Puerta de Geomasa, looks like just an ordinary carved rock, but it is supposed to be much more than that. The story of the alleged Stargate in Peru was first reported a couple of years ago by Paul Damon. Sadly, few new discoveries have been reported since then. The door is difficult to access and has unfortunately never been completely explored, but it is believed that this could be a portal which leads to the lands of the gods. Many strange and unexplained sightings have occurred here, and people who live in the area are scared to visit the place after dark. The fact that locals are often unwilling to talk about their remarkable experiences makes it difficult to draw the line between rumours, fiction and true events. Nevertheless, we can still get an overview of what is taking place in this region. Witnesses have reported sightings of tall men with light hair and fair skin. These beings are often accompanied by blue and orange balls of light. These unknown creatures come through this portal and silently vanish back again. Who are they and where do they come from? The locals are convinced that the doorway leads to the land and home of the ancient gods. On certain occasions, the gods return through this portal for a short while to inspect their earthly domain. Thereafter, they disappear back to their world. To view the full transcript, go to my website, ntimes23.com. There's a live link to my website near the end of this video. And finally, this last report originates from beforeitsnews.com, titled Truth Traveller, interview of Planet X NIBIRU, special guest Jill Brassard, and this was posted on the 2nd of the 2nd 2015 by jwill7497. Erin Dakins is a retired registered veterinary technician turned talk radio host. Join Erin and special guest Jill Brassard, creator of the Planet X 7X hypothesis, as they explore the topic of Planet X. This rogue Planet X, so named by NASA and so named by astronomers for the past century, i.e. NIBIRU, is actually being reeled in by our sun's gravitational pull. The Weather Channel and the History Channel are telling us that such a rogue planet, when close enough, will jolt Earth out of its orbit by the great gravitational force field between the two bodies, exerted over their mutual separation of millions of miles. A major news magazine, US News and World Report, describes NASA's discovery of this rogue planet, which NASA calls Planet X or NIBIRU, and which NASA believes to be a dwarf star, conservatively estimated to be as massive as 1,000 Earths. If publicity were to persist, it would trouble the mass psyche, thus undermining the ruling elite's world financial power structure. Therefore, the ruling elite have long since ordered that Planet X NIBIRU be a forbidden subject within its sanitizing, propagandizing news media, forbidden until now, 3 decades after its discovery. You see, they can no longer conceal today's painful reality that Earth is reeling from a steady barrage of geological and meteorological body blows. Therefore, the History Channel and the Weather Channel, to their credit, are breaking it to us gently in the context of it might exist, it could happen. What the public has not been told, however, is that the decade-long litany of global geological and meteorological calamities is caused by Planet X NIBIRU provoked solar excitation. To minimize mass death and suffering, the people of the world must be alerted so that they can protect themselves and their families, because disaster will worsen as Planet X NIBIRU nears its gravitational loop around rendezvous with our sun. Merely telling the public it might happen will not motivate people to prepare. Actually, they will stubbornly deny the eventuality of any terrifying peril, which is defined to them as being improbable, because man wants to believe what he likes and reject what he dislikes. Either we present the factual evidence that gravity is inexplorably pulling this dwarf star towards our sun, or else the public will remain in peril. To view the full video interview and transcript, go to my website ntimes23.com, where I've posted a link. There's a live link to my website near the end of this video. Okay, my friends, you're all invited to join this channel by subscribing to NTimes23, which is a totally free subscription service. You're also invited to add me as a friend on Facebook and follow me on Twitter and join my Google Plus timeline. All this week's news links can be found on my website, endtimes23.com. There's a live link near the end of this video. Well, that's your lot for this month's Informer News special report, my friends. So until next month at the same time, this is your Informer signing off. Friends, I'll see you on the flip side. July 2015. Welcome along, my friends, to another edition of the Informer News monthly special report. Coming up in this month's broadcast, the alien hybrid speaks out with a personal message to the people of the United States. Plus, the voice of the people issues a NIBIRU Planetech statement. Also, Stargate of the Gods and Obama says space aliens control the US, but was he? The Vatican is bursting the dam of this disclosure wide open. The most important story on Earth in over 3,000 years is fast breaking loose from being held back by the controllers of the financial markets and major media for fear of panic and financial collapse. These controllers put money in higher regard than people. The public can be given a chance to prepare by being informed, joking or not. Okay, into this month's Informer News special report. This first report originates from bibliotechappliades.net, titled Planetech's Classified Information. Insiders from NASA, DoD, National Military Intelligence, SETI and CIA speculate 2/3 of the population of the planet could perish during the coming pole shift caused by the passage of Planet X. Another 2/3 of those that survive initially could pass away to starvation and exposure to the elements within 6 months. Most every secretive government agency in the USA is fully aware of what is expected and are readying themselves. The Vatican is fully abreast of what is expected. The public is not being warned and given their chance to prepare. The volume of leaks from insiders, observatories and This is Informer News, your voice of the people. Timeline is Sunday, the 5th of July.